I'm Andrea Anderson. It may not feel like it, especially with some of the heat that we've been seeing recently, but summer is nearing its close, and that means that city pools across the state will also be closing soon too.
Yeah, in our top story tonight, Cordell Wright breaks down how the year went in Sioux Falls and takes a look ahead to next year.
With school already back in session, that means the clock is running out on Sioux Falls' pools,
including the Laurel Oak Aquatic Center, which only has one weekend left.
Sioux Falls actually values swimming higher than the national average. Providing those aquatic facilities for recreation-based water play is super important.
In recent years, there have been some struggles for Sioux Falls pools. Coming out of COVID, there were staffing issues that resulted with not every pool being open. This year, that problem was remedied.
The kids got a pay increase. We did some things to help, incentivize them to come and work for us. And so we did really, really well with staffing.
And that translated to a good seasonal turnout.
From last year to this year, our attendance is up about 8,500 at the outdoor pools.
The Parks and Rec Department operates 7 pools and 2 splash pads in the city, and some changes could be upcoming.
We're looking at making updates to some of our aging aquatic facilities. That's Keene Park, Frank Olson Park, as well as the McKinnon Wading Pool, which are all have served their useful life and are in that 40 to 50-year-old range.
There's also the possibility of adding new facilities.
Evaluating whether or not future aquatic facilities are indoor, outdoor, or a combination of both is on our radar right now.
We see on average about 30,000 people a month. So is there a need for more indoor water? Numbers would tell me personally, yes.
For now, officials are working on developing their master plan, and that will begin with input meetings in the coming months.
Engaging the neighborhood in the master planning is the first piece as far as providing the neighborhoods and communities with what they'd like to see.
The first project that'll get started is the McKinnon Park Wading Pool. Construction is expected to begin in early fall of next year. In Sioux Falls, Cordell Wright, Dakota News Now.